All the checks are clear, you can see the few that haven't cleared. Anything that's written as of today, are what Angie wrote today that are being approved now. Yep. That was, the color was 19,000 for culverts. Well, about 29.
Sorry, is that a question on the public service bill?
Yeah, this.
The 48 was so they only done
It's written out, you'll approve it tonight. No, that's the total of the checks that I got. 25,451.
And then the Wisconsin correctional, that brings us up to 8 million for the schools.
They're paid, but they didn't cash that last check.
That's not a great bottom.
tracker button on the left side of the window, is that on? There you go.
Any questions that you didn't hear as far as these culverts and such go? Okay.
We got a couple more culverts down there on Sawdust that we'd like to get them in this year. Where we at money-wise, is that something that?
Well, we spent about 10,000, well, a little bit less than 10,000 on gravel. It was like 8,600, last week. So that puts us at about 18,000, but October 1st, we'll have another 35,000 in there. So by the time, I don't know if you're gonna bid it out or what you're gonna do for the culverts, because it was.
We didn't have to, when we're doing those individuals like that, they're small, they're just small
Because
culverts.
there's 2 on Thornapple too that he wanted to do.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that this year, because of what we wanna do on Sawdust there, on the road there.
Yeah.
I'd like to get those in.
So right now I'd say between 15 and 18,000 until, but that doesn't take out any expenses for August, September. We have, just our regular expenses and stuff. There's 4,000 for the tractor. I know that bill's coming. So we're down less than 10,000 until the 1st of October.
If I could interrupt, pertaining to the roads too, I know there was some gravel put on Boat Landing Road. Is that all that's going on there at this time?
Yeah, as far as he told me, yeah.
You just want them to work.
Yeah.
We put those off until later, try to get them this year.
Well, even if you did them in September, we wouldn't get the bill till October, but then we'd be fine.
So that's fine. When we're out checking those, the other ones, we'll check those over on Sawdust and then see what we need and get an order out for that for September.
That culvert on Tate Road, the status on that is pretty well gone?
It's done. We might replace that the end of this week, maybe yet.
What diameter is that, do you know?
It's 18, we're gonna put a 24 in.
What, any chance of putting something bigger in there?
No.
No.
No. Because if we put the 24 in, we still have 15 inches above the culvert yet.
Reason I ask, in this month's issue of the Township Association thing, they came out with a blurb here where the county would possibly pick up half the cost of this culverts in these townships if it's deemed advantageous to the county, where the county, half of that would be spread across the county. We would pick up half, the county would pick up the other half. But it has to be 36-inch diameter or larger.
And I think the county has to put them in too.
It doesn't say that I'm reading here, but if that's how they voted, then that might be the case. I don't know.
Because we did that before and it ended up costing more than what it would have to Tompkins or somebody to put it in.
Isn't that wonderful?
I had a situation like that when I first came on over on, was that L14? No, 101 back, where that creek comes off and that small back in there. There was a three-footer we put in there. And they wanted to put it in, they gave me a price on it, but we got it done for like half by somebody else. So rather than have the county do it, if they think they have to do it, then we're not gonna. We got some aid on it, but we didn't have them put it in because we got it done cheaper.
Well, in part of this, in reading this, I was wondering if there's any way that we could get them to pick up half the tab on this big bump that we did on Sawdust Road. But that's already been done. I don't know if there's any way we can look into that and see if it's still something that could be negotiated or not.
Worth a try.
The fact that there's no commissioner now, is my understanding, right?
As far as I know, there isn't one yet.
I don't even know who a person would contact over there to make some sort of decision.
What was it? The one that took your Nancy spot over there. Is the one in charge of acting commissioner name.
Justin Livingston is the interim highway commissioner. Justin is the interim highway commissioner.
Justin?
Yes, Justin is.
Okay. I'll look into that.
I got all the pictures yet, so.
Did you say they would pay half the culvert? Half the price of putting that in? If it was a 36 or more?
According to this article by some attorney that represents the Township Association.
Okay,
But it has to be approved by the county board.
okay,
Then, as I say, the township would pay half, the county would pay the other half.
all right,
But they have the right to reject it as well.
yeah.
But certainly worth checking into.
But that one is,
48,000.
that's not, you're talking about this down on Sawdust here, but do that.
Right. And that's where I was also talking about the one on Tate, if it were a larger diameter, or because that one's going to be a little spendy too, right?
I don't know. Whatever, just 24-inch culvert. Me and Dave went and looked at it yesterday, and there's no water in there at all.
No.
No.
But it's all
the
underlined and such.
the west side of it is all dry.
How many feet is that? 20 feet? Is that just,
What's
or
that?
is it longer?
Oh, I don't know how deep the water is.
No, how wide is it, yes, the road, it's not very wide.
Well, it's gonna be a 30-foot culvert.
But that's off that flowage, correct?
Yeah.
So you got constant flow through that culvert?
Not really, I think that just when the water gets high enough, because they got a dam down there too. Now, water can't get much higher than what the dam would take.
So it's just more or less overflow?
Yeah.
On that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression that was involved in maintaining that level and such, but it's not.
No. I think it's just more or less an equalizer culvert.
Have we had trouble with that, flooding the road there in past years?
Oh yeah, before we built it up.
Yeah.
When I first started, remember, you couldn't even get through with a full red truck.
Even with that dam in there, huh?
Yeah. But we built that up like 2 feet through there. Like you were pushed that, had cat power and stuff.
I had asked, as far as boat landing road, you've got some gravel that's spread there now. Is that the extent of it at this point?
Well, we got, I did the Rains Road too, up there. But that was all mud. Up on 8.
Yeah. But I noticed on boat landing road, there's a lot of washboard. As you get off at Thornapple Road, there's a lot of washboard, that first hill and such through
Yeah.
there. Can that be straightened out, or is there not enough gravel to?
I don't think there's enough gravel there, that's so much washed down the hill. As,
So ideally, if we had the funds and such, we could use more over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to do that whole road.
But we're short on funds, right? We're kind of stretching things a little bit.
Culverts, we gotta get that.
Culverts, we gotta get done, absolutely. All right, any more on roads? You got anything on that?
Well, got tractor back mowing again.
That's good.
North half is done. I got sawdust done with 2 passes on there.
I see you finished mowing the north side now.
Yeah. So basically broke them over today.
Looks good, yeah.
I hit one of your limbs.
That's it for roads, culverts. Moving on to equipment. Just alluded to, you got the mower that back. How's
Yeah,
it?
it seems pretty good.
Grader doing all right?
Yep.
Anything in equipment?
We're good.
All right, buildings, town hall, recycling center.
She's like, someone's doing good. Finally, took the big dumpster away finally. He said, well, I picked it up. I said, no, we had two. He said, oh yeah, I forgot about that. We had it for an extra month, but hopefully they don't charge us for the extra time it was here. I'll watch for that bill and make sure that they do.
Absolutely.
I got one thing, Tom.
Yeah.
The well out here. I'd like to put a hydrant on it.
Put away,
A hydrant? You know, one of them hydrant ones outside?
a hand hydrant.
Yeah. Get rid of that box out there because this thing's rotten and the wires broke off of it again, so.
And it looks bad.
Huh?
And it looks junky.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where can you get a
It's just,
hydrant, get them in?
Instead of having to
Or-
wash it
I
outside,
think
just crank
you
it,
can
and
have
it goes up like this
Trying
here.
to fleet or
Yeah.
something.
It stands up on the ground about like that high,
Oh, like the old-fashioned.
I don't think they're that expensive.
but it ain't a handle, it's just,
And
you just look at it and water.
Hand
Oh.
I think, you know where you can get one?
I don't know, basically, I don't even know what Norris does.
But I'm guessing they're probably not more than $50, $60, something like that.
Yeah, and then we gotta put stainless steel pipe on it probably. Just to help it.
Is that something Tractor Supply might have?
They probably have it too.
Well, I would say that's fine. I wouldn't want to spend more than $100 or so on it.
$175.
I'm sorry?
$175.
Oh, there you go.
Blaines, you looked it up.
Frost Street.
Cross street.
Frost
Isn't
Street.
that, it siphons back down all on the ground, right?
Yeah. Well, see, what I have to do is, because we don't have no water in here, do just like I set it up over there. That one there is, I turn it on in the middle of winter and there ain't no water up there, it all drains back and it'll quarter and hold up like 10 feet down. No, the water just run right back out as well.
So would you have to dig that down in 8 or 9 feet or whatever to be down below frost then for draining that thing?
No, just pull that pump out of there and then just hook stainless steel pipe on it and then about 10 feet down, just drill a hole so that the water all right runs back out.
But how are you gonna drill that hole 10 feet down?
I'm gonna drill it before I put it in.
In the pipe that goes in.
Yeah, drill right in the pipe that sends the water up.
Oh, okay.
That's what this one's got right now. It's got a 1-inch pipe coming up out of there.
So it's got a bleeder on it then basically?
Yeah, so a lot of fellas he told me to do that. He says, so when you shut it off, all the water will run back out of your stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. Do we, wanna make a motion on that then to, get that resolved?
Or check prices and all that.
Maybe go ahead and look into the cost of it.
You wanna check that out?
Yeah, cause I can let you know wherever to find it and grab it.
We'll leave it at that. Alright. Item 7, board position, supervisor, clerk. No new takers?
And a couple people talked to me yesterday that I thought would be here, but they were interested in the supervisor position. I thought they'd be here, so if they're not, I don't know how interested they are now.
Kind of freezes it.
What you did on the meeting was tonight.
That I'm not sure, I thought I said so because I knew, but, yeah, because they said we couldn't have it last night for obvious reasons. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we'll pass on beyond that.
And I'm finding the position a little bit difficult with my other obligations, so, I'm hoping we can find somebody to take it over from me. And yesterday I found out at my job that the gal in my office take notice. So my obligations are probably going to increase there. So, but I certainly will continue to help in any way I can, so we can.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I regret that I came to this, but
Okay, well,
I thought that I could probably handle it, but it's turned out to be a little more than I realized, so.
A new station alert has arrived.
alrighty, I guess we'll move on along down to item 8, citizen participation. Anybody? Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to ask if there was any updates on the election machine debacle that was going on. Have we heard anything from DOJ or?
I've not heard anything.
The township hasn't received any correspondence from DOJ?
Nothing new.
What was old?
Old, that they were looking, I don't know all the particulars, other than, it was things in the works. I can't elaborate on that because I don't know all the particulars and I'm not gonna make up any sort of story, so.
No, I was, let me look here a second. And I don't know how much is.
Wasn't there an article in the paper that explained you don't have to have a voting machine if you're not over 7,000 and some? And even
That was
Russ
the
County
article in
didn't.
the paper.
Okay. We did not receive a letter
that's not true.
that went to the Attorney General Josh Call, Administrator Megan Wolf, Angela Johnson, and Charity Ludisher regarding HAVA filing a lawsuit against the town of Thornapple, the town of Lawrence, from the state. This is to notify you of a lawsuit on behalf of the United States of Wisconsin.
If you read farther on the bottom, it says no lawsuit is filed at this time.
Right, and I was just asking for that, I was asking for an update on that
There's no-
information.
There's been no other correspondence, other than that letter that you have.
I don't see where it says that.
Down towards the bottom.
It does, huh? That HAVA sets forth standards for all states for each voting system used in an election for federal office. You have to excuse me, my eyes are bad. Among other things, section 301 requires that each voting system be accessible for individuals with disabilities, including non-visual accessibility for the blind and visually impaired, in a manner that provides the same opportunity for access and participation. I don't see that. I just see that, I just see that it has, that they're filing, the lawsuit was filed July 3rd. Okay.
At the bottom, it says something to the effect of, if we come to a reconciliation, they will not file a lawsuit, and nothing else has been done.
Okay, so no
No.
reconciliation? Okay, my question is, how are we proceeding as a township? I'm just looking at it from the money potential that could hit the tax. Just looking at it from the money potential that could hit the taxpayers. I know you have to deal with that whole incident, but is there a potential that we would have to hire attorney? Are there a potential for penalties to the township? Has any of that been discussed?
Not really. I mean, there's always potential. We could be sued tomorrow for somebody falling in the ditch out here. We're always under scrutiny by somebody.
Sure, I
So,
understand that.
But addressing that specifically, no, we really don't have any comment at this point. One way or another, unfortunately.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Sure. else?
Oh, yeah. I just have a couple of questions.
Certainly.
On the bills, I just wanna know what all those big deposits are for from the state of Wisconsin. We've got 34,000, 20,000.
The 34,000 is the GTA,
Okay,
the 20,900 is the grant for the ice storm that we got reimbursed.
yeah,
The 3212 was fire dues, and 11,275 is shared revenue.
okay, great, thank you. One other thing, and I'll be done. If by chance they decide they're going to pursue anything, or perchance you come to a reconciliation, will you make that part of an open meeting for the taxpayers to be made aware? I mean, I don't know how you could avoid that, because the two of you can't discuss it outside of this meeting. So, will that be on an agenda if that should happen?
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking.
I would assume that that would probably be the case, but I can't honestly answer that, depending on how the decision were made, or what somebody's response might be to
Right.
reconcile this.
The reason why I'm asking is that it hasn't seemed forthright so far. You know, when correspondence came to you, there was never a meeting on it, but you've made decisions. When did you make those decisions?
Really, no decisions have been made. What decisions?
Well, you made decisions not to make decisions then.
I guess.
For what?
I
We
mean,
made
when
decisions not to make
are you guys
decisions.
discussing it? Are you discussing it during a meeting or outside of a meeting? That's my point.
We're not discussing anything. There's nothing to discuss at this point.
So when you got the correspondence, you didn't discuss it with
The
them?
only decision we made was not to use the machine.
Right, last year.
That was over a year ago, and that wasn't just in one particular meeting, that had been discussed over the course of
Yeah,
time.
I know, yeah, you're right, you guys
So-
minutes for that. And
Yeah.
that's fine, that's not
Yeah.
my issue. My issue is more of being more forthright with the people, so we wanna stay on board with you. We're not saying, oh, you guys are so bad. We just wanna know, where is this taking us? We know you gotta do what you gotta do, but we just wanna be made aware,
Mhm.
that's all.
I guess, the only answer that I can say is that depending on how all this is resolved, one way, shape, form, or another, it will be readily available to the community, that information.
Okay, thank you,
Sure. I don't know if that answers what you're looking for, but
pretty much. You get the gist of where I'm coming from, I get the gist of where you're coming from, we're good.
anything else? No. I, as a citizen, have a question. Maybe you can answer it. I'm doing a landscape job for Gallen Township. I need some coal patch to patch some blacktop. I contacted the county to see if I could obtain some from them. They said, no, you have to go through the township to do that. Have you ever sold coal patch to individuals in the township?
Not before, no, but I mean, I think it'd be up to the board, I mean, you pay taxes in the township, I mean, it's not like you're gonna rip them off, you gotta
Well,
buy from the township.
As an individual, I don't wanna be a burden for the township, but I would like to have the material, to do my job.
Yeah,
But you've not done that in the past, have you?
no,
So you wanna buy some of that, and they told you you can't, you have to go through your township, which
Yeah.
falls downhill to him and to what it costs our township.
Exactly.
And then he and we passed that cost that he got onto you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well. Isn't that?
what else did you just say?
Funny when you say
That's what I just said.
Yeah, because I told them specifically
Yeah,
with
it is, yeah.
that question, I called,
But I mean, that ain't no different than like when we was gravel on roads,
I was gonna say that.
people bought the gravel
Yep,
for the same price the township bought.
yes,
You
exactly.
know, so, I mean, you pay taxes, I've seen that where, like the township, like Murray, for instance, they crush their own gravel and stuff, but anybody in the township can buy that gravel or use it.
How much cold patch did you want?
I need about 4 or 5 gallon buckets of it.
Well, you know, when I worked at the county, and gentlemen like you would come in and say, hey, I need a few buckets of cold patch, I'd say, go on back there and get some. They'd fill up their buckets.
I like that answer.
You know, you got a new job. So I don't know why they still don't do that, but that was just a thing we did for our taxpayers.
I thought I was doing the right thing by calling them,
Yeah.
you know, and she said, well, I'm new here and I'll have to get back to you on it. And she did,
Yeah.
but she said, that's what she said, that, you know, we can't sell it directly to you, that you would have to buy it from your township.
I think it's all new people there, so those little things that we did are kind of forgotten now.
You should have told
So
me.
maybe
you
if
already
I
bought
just
it.
go over there and knock on the door, maybe I can get a different
Yeah.
response or something?
Probably not.
You really already bought it.
Well,
Or exactly.
yes and no.
You wanna buy it again?
Yeah, you know, but it's part of the job that I'm trying to do, so I'm passing that cost on to the customer or whatever.
I don't know, I don't know what it is, like if you go by the ton or I think it's all by the ton.
And that's just it, I don't need a lot of it, but it's not like you can go to the Ace Hardware and buy it, or it's not like you can go to Walmart and buy it. It's kind of one of them specific items that,
I don't know, I think there's enough people here to just figure out something price or whatever like that.
Or when you pick it up, couldn't you just say,
Just say,
put
figure out
your
how much
name
per
on
bottle.
that invoice and just pay the town that much and we'll just put it towards the invoice, I mean, if
I
like
don't
Dave
know.
said, it's a pass
I
through.
mean, whatever it is,
Yeah.
doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, as long as the township's not
I would
gonna
like to have it.
No, you wouldn't mark it up, it'd just be, you know, put your name on the invoice, you pay us, and then we'll just put it towards the bill. I would think.
If you do it, I mean, figure out like, if somebody else wants some in the future, figure out what a 5 gallon bucket, you know, what you want for it.
But I was of
You know,
the
there's enough people
impression,
here now
I
tonight.
guess, that they didn't want to be troubled with waiting on an individual or whatever,
Oh,
you know.
oh, so he would even have to go pick it up?
Exactly.
Oh, gotcha.
And I would have
Joe, you
to
have
obtain it
a
from
project
the town.
forthcoming that would require cold patch in the not too distant future?
Huh?
Do you have a project forthcoming that will need cold patch? in the
Yeah,
not too
drive
distant-
around all the roads.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, just,
Next time you go, just get 4 or 5 more buckets full and
Right.
there you go, you're done.
yeah.
You could pass on this road one day and next day you go back on with another ton of patches.
Sure.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Is that thing?
But again, I don't want to be a burden for the township, I don't want to be a burden for the county, whatever. I just want to pay for it, get my product, get the job done.
We get to work. Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be that difficult.
It's
So, maybe you could let me know when you get cold patch next time.
And go pass on the truck right now.
there you go. Throw it in the trunk.
But, I mean, you have to arrive at some sort of a price, I guess. And at this point, we don't really know what they're charging the township, do we? Or do
Well, yeah, but I mean, like.
we? But you're paying by the yard, probably.
Yeah. I'd say, what would you guys sell for a 5 gallon pail?
We'll figure it out. I just,
$5 for a 5 gallon pail?
5 gallon pail is probably 1.5 cubic feet.
$5, $5.
Huh?
$5.
Yeah, 5 gallon pail is 1.5 cubic feet, okay? So figure that, how many pails do you need? Take that as a percentage.
$25
cubic feet in
$5
a yard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah?
you'll figure it out.
Or you could
$5 for one bucket.
math,
Okay.
solve this.
Well, thanks for your time.
What did you say, one point what?
1.5. Figure a 5 gallon pail is 1.5 cubic feet.
That's only, what, 4 shovelfuls, 5 shovelfuls?
Any other citizen participation questions, anyone? Strip it off from all the stuff, I'll take them. Right, you got anything, Jack?
I don't have anything.
I guess then we can set up our time for the next month's meeting, which will be next month, it will be the second Tuesday of the month,
Which is the 10th.
which is the 10th. That's 7 o'clock the normal time. I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting then. Second? Okay. Meeting is adjourned. Thanks all for coming.
Now, did I understand that she needs to be out of the job? She wants to, did you wanna vacate